And for our next to last studio session, I am joined now by Stefan Kapferer. He is the CEO of 50 Hertz. Hello, Stefan Kapferer. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Jennifer.
You know, in the Europasaal just now, I just had a panel on coastal energy. And I think that you're here to talk a little bit about coastal energy. Could that be right?
Yeah, 50 Hertz is one of the 4 TSOs in Germany, and we are responsible for connecting the wind farms in the Baltic Sea. That's our responsibility, and we all know in the Baltic Sea there are a lot of opportunities at the moment, so coastal energy is a great topic for us.
So tell me a little bit, what's the potential there for energy generation in the North Sea and in the Baltic Sea, of course, and what kind of plans does 50 Hertz have to unlock that potential?
Yeah, Wind Europe announced a few months ago that there is a potential in the North and the Baltic Sea, in the European seas as a whole, of a few hundred gigawatt. So obviously, if we want to take more renewable energies in our grid infrastructure in the European Union, we have to untap this potential. In the Baltic Sea, there are some estimations about 90 gigawatt of offshore wind only in the Baltic Sea. And what is interesting in the Baltic Sea is that some neighboring countries are long on renewable energy. For example, Denmark is very strong in renewable energy. The Baltic states have a lot of potential. Also, Sweden have a lot of potential for renewable energies offshore. And on the other side, we have Poland and Germany, 2 member states of the European Union, which are short on renewable energy. Though to combine these potentials and demand side and supply side of offshore wind in the Baltic Sea is a great opportunity for all countries.
We just had Denmark and a panel here talking about the supply that they have and the idea of the importance of figuring out supply and demand questions. And I want to ask you now, what kind of role does offshore wind power play when it comes to achieving our climate protection targets?
Yeah, offshore wind is closest to baseload compared to other renewable energies. We all know that more than 4,000 hours per year an offshore wind farm is producing renewable energy. And that's different to solar, that's also different to onshore wind, where the generation capacity is much lower. So every additional wind farm in the North Sea, in the Baltic Sea, is helpful to realize the climate targets of the European Union. And one more reason why it is so relevant, obviously, it is normally a kind of interconnection. Yeah, we realized 1.5 years ago with the colleagues from Energinet in Denmark, the combined grid solution, the first worldwide hybrid interconnector. That means it is an interconnector on the one hand, and on the other hand, it is integrating wind farms in the Danish part of the sea and also in the German part. So it's a mix of generation and interconnector. And obviously, in a world which is based on renewable energy, on volatile renewable energy, it's helpful if the market is larger than only a national one. And that's the reason why this meshed grid situation we will develop in the Baltic Sea between the different neighboring countries, and we will see the same in the North Sea, I'm sure, is extremely relevant reaching the climate targets of the European Union.
You just talked about cooperations in between countries, but can you name me another 1 or 2 important actions that we need to unlock coastal energy and speed up this global Energiewende?
Yeah, first of all, we will see larger wind farms with higher generation capacity. So for the German North Sea, we expect now that we will see 2 gigawatt power lines. It's also a technology question, how to use this energy in the onshore grid. And we will also see industrial capacities moving to the coastline in Europe, because there a lot of green energy is available for them to be used by industrial sites, which will become more and more relevant for all these energy-intensive industries. But nevertheless, we will also need renewable energies from the seas in Austria, in Czech Republic, in other countries which are not linked to coastlines in Europe. So the grid infrastructure onshore is also relevant to transport these electricity to all member states of the European Union. And last comment, there are some areas in industry, especially where we will need a lot of green hydrogen. And to produce green hydrogen, we will also need additional capacities of renewable energy. So more offshore wind means also more production side, more electrolyzers for green hydrogen.
It sounds like international cooperation is one of the most important aspects that we can bring. That's why we are here at the BETD this year, as every year, to make those collaborations happen. Thank you so much to Steffen Kapferer, the CEO of 50 Hertz, for joining me today for this lovely conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer.